In regard to the U.S. Canadian trade talks breaking down, this person says, Canadian here, our prime minister is the asshole. Could not disagree more, but why do you think your prime minister was the asshole in this scenario? To the best of everybody's understanding, the Canadian and U.S. negotiating teams came to a pretty good comprehensive deal that both sides were ready to sign when Trump came in with, oh, by the way, we want to control who you trade with outside of the United States. The U.S. administration pushed for terms that would limit Canada's independence in executing its own international trade agreements and align Canadian tariffs with U.S. policies towards third party nations. In other words, and I understand people hate it when I use the overviews, but I do go check what's in the overviews, and I just don't feel like dragging a video out to 9 minutes showing you all of it when I can explain it to you, okay? Donald Trump said, all right, here are the trade agreements with us. Canada said, yeah, that works for us. Great. Where do we sign? And then Trump said, but if you're going to trade with anybody but us, you need to do it in a certain manner. You need to do a trade with country X the same way we trade with country X. And if we've put 50% tariffs on country X, then you need to put 50% tariffs on country X. And the Canadian Prime Minister went, no, you're not going to control our trade agreements with countries that are not you. We are going to enter into a trade agreement for trade between our countries. And whatever Canada does as far as trade with other countries is Canadians' business with that other country. So if you truly are a Canadian, are you telling me that you are against Canadian sovereignty? Are you against Canada being able to negotiate its own trade deals with other nations that are not the United States? That you want Donald Trump to dictate what Canada's trade deals are like with China or Taiwan or Japan or Germany or Italy or any other nation on the planet? Trump gets a say in how that goes. How the fuck is that fair for Canada? And why would any Canadian want that? Your prime minister was ready to sign the deal until that clause was added. It was a done deal. But as usual, Donald Trump stepped in and fucked the whole thing up. So please, as a Canadian, explain to me how that benefits your country. How Canada benefits from the United States of America dictating how it negotiates trade deals with other countries. It's mind-boggling to me that any Canadian would go, yeah, let's give up our sovereignty. Let's give up our ability to negotiate deals so that Donald Trump can be happy with whatever it is we're doing. He wants Canada to be a state. And so he thinks he can be president of that state right now and say, you don't get to do anything outside of X, Y, and Z unless I say so. Basically, you can date whoever you want as long as I approve your girlfriends. Why the fuck would you want that as a Canadian? I'm an American and I don't want that.